Welcome to Evilive, the live media commentary show that answers the question, how crazy do you have to be to use caramel as a base for a floating platform?
Yeah.
Subscribe
Jesus Christ.
if you're new to the channel, because today we're reviewing the Great British Baking Show Collection 12, Episode 5, Pastry.
Yeah, man. A whole goddamn episode. I'm just thinking about that text. Like, before we even hit play, I told Jana. And it's like, all right, where is it? Where is it? And then it happens. And it was like, yeah, I almost text you at 11:30 at night to say, yep, same thing.
Yeah, I like could not believe my reaction when I saw it, as if
Yeah.
I was like super invested in the outcome of his particular dish. And I was like, no, why? First of all, just the concept alone is ridiculous. Why would you ever think that would work? Even
Well,
going into it, going, "Oh, it's going to be really difficult."
The thing is, if you execute it properly, it'd be fine. But it's like he set it up, and then a corner of the round part shattered. And there's like, oh, fuck it, all should be fine. It's like, no, that's the base. Like, what the fuck?
That was brutal, man.
Yeah.
It was brutal. And then, we had another one that was just, it was like crumbling as it was just precariously perched on the side. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, you have other people that have like structurally engineered like curvatures and like wrought iron bases.
Pretty much.
You guys are like fucking using like pinwheels to hold it up. Fucking ridiculous.
And like the amount of chocolate, but well, whatever. We'll get into that later.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, how you doing, man?
Gents,
I don't know. Right show?
Yeah.
I don't know if that qualifies as us. If we qualify as that.
Yeah, he's a mechanic. He's not a mechanical engineer. There's a big difference.
Right, that's true. That's true. I've had conversations with mechanics that I wish I never had. Walking up to me, asking me about my tattoos. What do you use that for? The fuck do you mean? What do I use it for? You're a wolf's hook. What do you use that for? Ornamentation? I don't. It's a tattoo. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what. Is there like something I don't know about?
It's not a Swiss Army tattoo where you can like pull out a file and some scissors.
So ridiculous. I use mine for Lincoln logs. What do you use yours for?
I think they're like, hey, what do you use yours for? I use mine for hating Jews and black people. Pretty sure that's where it's going.
Okay, that makes absolutely more sense. That is not what I use mine for. But
no.
Yeah, different folks, different strokes. Potato. All right, so this is a baking competition. I stand by my belief that this is not scripted. I can't imagine how this could possibly be scripted. But I'm also a dummy, so.
Well, so scripting it's a loose thing with reality television. Like, it's obviously they have to edit shit together and stuff. So it is what it is. Yeah. But it's a rough one.
So signature was everyone has to make 12 frangipane tarts. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. The rest of the world doesn't know either. They just make
exactly.
It's just a nutty thing.
Yep, it's a nutty paste that's baked.
I make the same thing. I usually don't bake mine though.
Yeah, no, I do. I bake mine throughout the day, definitely.
Yeah, any of these tarts stand out to you? I mean, I really thought outside of Christiane's, they all looked amazing.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is like with his was the most I was intrigued by just because of the flavor profile. Yeah. Like looks wise, it looked disgusting. And that's coming from somebody that likes like mushroom paste and stuff like that, but whatever. Yeah, I mean Jill's of course looked fucking amazing.
I really thought they all looked fucking great.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like all of them, except Christiane's was like they all looked good.
It was like one after another. We were like, oh wow, that looks really nice. And the next one like upped the ante. You're like, oh shit, they're really bringing it. And then they came around to taste them, and it was all just like, all right, well,
Yeah, I can't taste the frangipane. The most bland, fucking boring thing on earth.
Yeah, your flavors are too exciting.
I fucking love almonds. I do. I love the idea of almond paste.
I love the idea.
But still, it's like, how are you going to subdue your flavors of other things and make that the the showcase piece. Like, it's like, oh yeah, don't put salt on your food. It's okay. It's got enough flavor as is.
Said every white person ever.
Yeah, exactly. It's too exotic.
This is not a salt household that we're living in, son. We live by potatoes have enough flavor as is boiled.
Oh Christ, yeah. That's what it seems like.
It tracks. No, I like having a cashew. I like having 3 to 5 cashews. But there's like a level of eating too many cashews where you're immediately feeling like you're drowning in something that you should never have even put in your mouth. It starts to taste off. It's weird.
I've never experienced that.
Really?
As somebody that that's their go-to after they medicate.
What?
Never experienced that.
All right. I need some validation from people outside of this thing.
I mean, I can understand that with other nuts. For some reason, cashews, though, man, I can just like decimate an entire jar of them.
Oh my gosh!
And I'll feel gross afterwards. But just as gross as I would with anything else, where I just destroy an entire container in one sitting. So
that's fair.
It's not cashew specific.
Dylan's his coffee and dark chocolate frangipane tart had me like really like sort of cheering him on until he's like, "Wow, the cocoa's not really pronounced. It's really kind of fruity." I was like, "Wait, what? Why the fuck would you choose coffee and dark chocolate and go with a fruity flavor?"
Well, the thing is, it's like that could make sense if you went with a very, like a little bit more of a delicate, like maybe like a medium roast coffee, something that's not full bodied and bold. But yeah, like, and I will say, when it comes to the camera angles, like usually the like everything is perfect.
Yeah.
But when they were first like showing his the frangipane tarts before they actually like set them out and stuff, they looked atrocious. I was just like, oh my god, he's going home just from these. And then of course you go back and you actually get like you see like the proper framing and they look beautiful, but at first I'm like, damn, he fucked up.
Yeah Andy's his Nan's sweet frangipane tarts, those look great to me. I mean, none of them, it was really only Christiane's that I was like, wait, what are we doing here? Like, first of all, the like black sesame, I'm not sure I've ever tried, and just the name sounds weird. Like, why would you want a mouthful of sesame seeds? That doesn't sound good. And then like a paste full of cashews definitely didn't sound good to me. And so both of them together, and then it looks like an egg yolk with, you know, like they said, mushroom paste on the other side. I was just like, what the fuck are you going for here, dude?
Yeah. Like, the thing is, it's like cashews, like it's not a very potent, dominant flavor, but if you've ever had anything sesame flavored, like use like tahini or whatever in anything, it is a very delicate, nutty flavor. It's delicious. I love it, but it is very, very delicate. So it's like, you have somebody on the other side of the room sneeze with a handful of cashews in their hand, and that's going to overpower the flavor. So yeah, I thought it was odd if he was just using that for like color.
Maybe that's how they make the paste. They just sneeze in a handful of cashews and then blend it up.
I'd believe it.
So gross. Jill's, she got a clap. Fuck is that? Why are you giving her a clap and a pat? Why will you not shake this woman's hand?
Yeah, man, I was pretty upset with that because it was perfect. Like, the thing is, so everybody else, they were hit or miss with their actual tarts themselves. Yeah. Hers were perfect. Like, textbook perfection. And everybody's just like, there's nothing absolutely wrong with this. This is one of the greatest things ever. And then they just walk off. I'm like, what in the flying fuck is she? Does she need to do a fucking handstand while describing this shit for you?
She has to prepare it with her labia or something, because there's no other reason I can imagine why. Like, it's so, it's like wildly insulting almost that he's doing everything around the idea of giving her a handshake. You know, patting her on the shoulder, clapping his hands, doing the little, everything around it, because she's doing great bakes. But not quite just giving her the hand. Look, Paul, come here for a second. Sometimes girls want you to put the hand in. You usually want to like duck it. You know what I mean? You don't want to just like, bah!
Yeah, you gotta wait. You gotta work up to this.
Sometimes they welcome it. So when you see the cues of her mouth agape, drool coming out, basically pleading for it, that's your cue to just go in. All right? So maybe, all right, you know. Okay, he knows. Fucking
Fact.
Paul. This dude. He's starting to bother me. Like, he was willy-nilly giving away fucking handshakes the first 2 episodes to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And now Jill's working her fucking ass off. Can't get a handshake.
Right. It's that's the thing. This is the mid-season break, and that is where shit changes.
Some bullshit.
And it fucking changed for her.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Chris is with Cam. You have a high tolerance for nuts. We will leave it there.
Yep.
Your reputation precedes you, sir. The technical is something that I will not be able to pronounce.
Spanakopita. I fucking love that shit.
It sounds fucking amazing.
100%. You've never had it?
I've never actually eaten it.
Oh my God. All right. We
Sounds
need to
so
change
good.
that shit. Dude,
That
just Greek food in
flakiness.
general, man. I fucking love Greek food.
Yeah. I mean...
And they're women.
Okay. All right. You just say that about anything, though. Like,
Yep. I will say that about a lot of things.
I love alien food. And they're women.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that goes without saying.
It's the tentacles that do it for me.
Yeah, definitely.
They don't even have to reach around. It's just like an auto.
Mm-hmm.
No, I thought the spanakopita... I don't know.
Spanakopita.
Okay, that looked delicious. And then everyone was like fucking around with their dough like they've never used like a dough machine before. Like a pasta machine.
I'm going to be honest. I about had a fucking heart attack when I found out that they were scratch making phyllo dough. That is like a fucking nightmare to me. Like, I'm cool with doing dough and stuff. Like, I love baking. I love all that shit. There is just something so terrifying about that shit because, like, those sheets are supposed to be like paper thin. Ooh, God, I'm having fucking PTSD flashbacks from this episode.
I don't know. They were all like acting like, and no matter what Andy did, it stayed the same width. How is that possible? Like, he never changed the setting on it. That had to be the only reason. Like, he got one thickness and then he kept running it through, thinking in his head, oh, this will get thinner and thinner. But not realizing, no, you have to manually adjust it, dumbass. What the fuck are you doing? I was just like screaming at the TV, you fucking moron. I'm cheering you on here. Like, help me out. I need a reason to like you. And you're failing right now.
Right.
Oh, God.
And yet somehow he still didn't come last in this.
Yeah. I mean, fucking close. Jill was like she was having a hard time with it. No, she got her dough in. It was just ended up being soggy, right?
Yeah, it ended up being too thick and it didn't bake long enough. So yeah, it was just like completely raw on the bottom.
Yeah, so there's 2 of them that, it was Jill. Yeah. They actually like did a batch, fucked it up, or like they were rolling it out, having a hard time. Everyone else had theirs in, cooking, and they were still fucking with the width and trying to get it to work out right. And I gotta say, Jill, in this episode, she made a fan out of my wife and myself. And I've always been sort of like leaning into liking her the more and more these episodes go by. Just every little side comment and the bakes that she's making, and just the fact that I would love to live in a hobbit hole with her because I'm 100% positive she lives in a hobbit fucking hole.
Yeah, definitely.
She's goddamn hobbit, but like that's a good thing. It's not pejorative. Like, I would like to like visit. I would like to be the Gandalf to her fucking hobbit hole and just like bump my head on every fucking frame just so I can eat her food because I'm a fan of northern portions.
Yeah, 100%.
And it all looks great. And this was the first time that I saw her, at least in reflection, struggling more than almost everyone else. And to see that she ended up last when I really thought Andy was going to be last speaks to, like, what the fuck? Like, these technicals can really throw you for a loop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, that's
just not fair.
And it's so funny too because the idea of spanakopita is super easy. It's that fucking phyllo dough, man.
Yeah.
You get that shit wrong and you're fucked.
Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure any of them did like spectacular as per
Dylan's
usual with the technical, but he
was
did well.
the best, but it still wasn't right.
Yeah.
It's like everybody was like too scared to actually bake it.
I mean, most of them didn't know what the fuck it was.
Which is insane to me. Like
I mean, I didn't until I saw this.
It's just because I grew up around Greeks and shit. It's just know that shit.
Nelly has a name, Shauna, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Not the Slovakian
Fucking
lady, you
weirdo.
racist. Jeez. We are more than where we come from.
For the most part.
All right, so I love Nelly. I think she's in this episode. Like I'm not a fan of berets. I've never liked berets.
No.
When I was in the army, they transitioned from using hats to berets for U.S. Army troops, and I did not approve. Not that I had a say or a vote or anything, but like you walk around looking like an asshole. Like you cannot wear a beret and not look like some fuckhead from the 80s with nunchucks in his fucking trunk, like instead of a spare tire. Like that's what you look like. You look like you're wearing parachute pants. And you got nunchucks that you're pretty sure you're pretty good at in a fight with, though you've never actually used in your life. In front of the mirror, you hit yourself in the nuts a couple times, but that was kind of like the it. You've watched Ninja Turtles and Bruce Lee films enough to know that you definitely have what it takes, but you just haven't been face to face with the bad guy yet.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I can understand why she wore it because she explained.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I can't get behind berets.
Yeah.
Especially those when they got the little dweep thingy on top. It's like, why? Why? Is that your pretension antenna? Like,
it's projecting out.
I guess. Fuck.
Yeah, I hate him. And even though her saying that, oh, my son wanted me to do it, and so I'm wearing his because it was a good luck charm. All right, well, that tells me you're raising your son wrong. Because you bought him a beret. Your son did not go to the shoppy on the corner and pick his own beret out.
And if he did, that's bad parenting by letting him.
Yeah. You need to put a joint in his hand or something because you're doing it wildly wrong. Mm-hmm. This whole parenting thing. Maybe I am. I don't know. One of them's wrong. I'm not sure which.
No, it's them. It's them, not you.
Okay. I didn't think Noel or I always forget her goddamn name. Allison really did anything spectacular this episode.
Yeah, it was. They were off to the side quite a bit. I mean, minus Allison stirring the pot with Samaya. It'd be like, who do you like more, me or Noel? Well, you, obviously. I thought it was apparent. It's like, God, you're a cunt. And then he goes up and starts talking to her. She's just like, yeah, I don't fucking like you. I thought that was obvious.
Yeah, that was rough.
It's like, God, you're a fucking bitch, man.
And he was just like doing his best to save any semblance of face, and she was not having any of it.
No. And then to go to Dylan and be like, yeah, can you believe this shit? And yeah, no, it's like, that's, you're taking a long time to respond.
Yeah.
Like, man, everybody's just a fucking hater today.
Why does everyone hate fucking Noel? Everyone except for fucking Nelly. I mean, she's the only one that...
And she's back. She's back as, fucking with him after, he busted her shit.
That was, I mean, he deserved it. He deserved to be put in a corner for a while. But now she's back. He's back. I like it. I do kind of want to see them go on a Paris adventure together.
Yeah.
Like, I think
then she'd have an excuse to wear the beret.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all, like, the French people would, like, look down their fucking noses at her like, what the fuck is this? But it would be fun. They could all wear matching berets, stand around a mime, like, pushing him like bullies back and forth.
Fuck yeah.
Like everyone should do with mimes.
I want to see that that episode.
They just fucking with the dude. He's like, no, seriously, let me go. You're not supposed to talk. Shut up, mime.
Right.
Knocking around. It'd be great. Whipping out their nunchucks.
Fuck yeah.
Do a call back to that. Wearing Bruce Willis masks.
Yeah.
Because I meant
as
to
you
say
do.
that.
As you do.
That was not a mistake at all. All right, so Showstoppers. final bakes, and this was a Paris Brest. Not one breast joke or comment, just the
Until
inference of them.
Very end, it was surprising.
Wait, what? What was the breast joke at the end?
Well, nothing. It was after the part of it, and when they're sitting around drinking tea and talking about it. And then Noel's like, I'm pretty proud of us that not one of us snickered or made a breast joke.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you guys missed a fucking opportunity. What the hell?
Yeah, you're supposed to be the entertainment portion of the show. Like, please tell us a fucking breast joke or make a comment off color that Prue doesn't get and we can all laugh at. Like, give us something. That's your job.
Yep.
Yeah, I was a little bit bummed by that. And I just can't really see Allison making a good breast joke reference. Like, I don't know what it is about her. Like, she does some stuff really great, and I'm sort of like behind her humor most of the time, but I just can't see her pulling it off. So Allison, if you're watching this, and I know you are,
obviously
we know you are, do us a solid, double down on the breast joke thing, and come back next week, because it's definitely not already recorded, and let us have it, like a really zinger. Give us a zinger breast joke. And
we need it. It's what the world needs at this moment.
It will unite us as a people.
I think it will.
So, I mean, it's just fucking facts. Did any of these showstoppers stand out to you other than the travesty that was these?
So I'm trying to even remember.
Like Christiane's stood out to me just because it was the stand itself was beautiful.
Yeah, it's like him and Ilion kind of had like a similar thing going on, but Ilion, for whatever reason, just didn't do it right, and it just fucking crumbled. Which, that's the thing. It's like,
well, Samaya had the curls with like the sugar glass work inside.
Yeah, no, hers looked great. I liked hers. Like, this was just her coming back to form. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened last week, but this week she totally made up for it. Like, everything looked beautiful. I was like, where was that last week? Yeah. But yeah, like, it was just so fucking crazy because Andy's like having a breakdown. Like, he knows he's going home. Yeah. He's in tears. He's walking off. He's freaking the fuck out.
This dude, yeah.
And he has carried up in 2 pieces. Ugh. And then Ilion, like, whatever. This is normal. Hey, no, come help me with my shit. Like, it wasn't anything that she fucking failed at the challenge. So I thought that was a little weird. Yeah, I dig those. Like, the flavor profiles of pretty much everything sounded fantastic.
I'm a little bugged that she stayed, that Ilion stayed.
I legit, I was thinking she was going home. I thought Andy did well enough that he was going to stay. I think it just comes down to the show, the technical.
Yeah. I really, in my head, I had this whole, like, lore built out that Andy was going to be the upset as the third in the finale. And I was like, there's no way he would ever be good enough for it, but he's going to get there, and then people are not going to know whether or not he's going to win or not. And then when I saw the end of this episode, I was just like, what? What? Like, God, no, I need my headcanon to be real.
Right. I mean, I'm with you, man. I thought for sure that he was going to, because, again, this is a midway point. I thought this was where it was going to flip, and he was going to go all the way to the end. Not necessarily win, but I thought he was going to make it to the end. At the very least, the semifinals. Or the quarterfinals, sorry.
Okay, what if
whatever
Ilion makes it to the third, but then at the last second rips her face off, a la Mission Impossible, and it's Andy?
I fucking hope so.
I mean, it could happen, right? Right? It could happen. I don't know.
I mean, we can keep our fingers crossed.
My fear is Samaya's going to be at the final 3.
I think it's going to happen.
And I don't want that.
Neither do I. That bitch bugs me more and more each episode.
It's between her and Christiane who bothers me more. And it's their voice, because they have the same voice.
Yeah.
Different faces, same voice.
I can tolerate it with Christiane. Oof. But with her, it's just like, she reminds me of every girl I grew up with that got my ass kicked in school.
Oh, shit.
Because that was just funny to her. That's what she reminds me of.
I'm glad I didn't go to your school. Jeez. That's brutal. Yeah, they just walk. Like that's the sound I hear every time either one of them talk. I'm gonna make the blah blah blah. It's like fucking enunciate, bitch. What the fuck? Like form sounds. Like not just blah, blah, blah. Like every word has individual letters and they make individual sounds together, creating an individual word sound. And I can't understand you if you don't do that.
It's the nasaliness of her that bugs me more than Christiane.
Fucking hell, it's fucking torture is what it is. And then I hate Christiane, but then he brings up that orange and pecan Paris breast, and it's beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm just like, fuck you for being good.
Right, and wasn't he like the only one that had the ratios right on it too?
I think so.
And he had to redo his, I think.
Yeah.
Because it was him and Jill that had to actually, fuck. It was like the two that did the best that had to redo theirs.
Yeah. Shockingly.
Yeah.
And like most of them were just flat. Like I don't know what Dylan was doing with his, but it was like wildly deflated. And then he was just like, I'll just put like 8 times the amount of cream to make it.
That was I would not have touched that.
Man.
The thing is, for a fat kid, I am not a huge fan of frosting. Like it needs to be the proper ratio.
Yeah.
If it exceeds what seems normal, I'm not eating it. Like the idea of it hurts my teeth.
Yeah.
And yeah,
like I'll do a finger dip, but I won't like eat a piece.
Yeah, because that's like all you need.
Yeah, exactly. I was when I was in AIT, it's just advanced training for your job when you go into the military. We would go on these shifts, and I had a buddy that I just sort of connected with, and he would always ask me, "Can I have a taste of your dessert?" And it was the most offensive thing anyone could ask me. How dare you want a bite of my dessert when it's free right there? It's like, I don't want a whole dessert. I just want a taste. I'm like, well, get a taste of theirs. You don't get a taste of mine. Like, or just get the piece, take a bite, and then just leave it. Like, I know that's wasteful and you shouldn't do that, but like, just do that.
Still,
instead of asking me. And
that is far less egregious.
What I ended up realizing is that I'm the one with boundary issues with food, not him. Like he was just being a regular human, apparently.
No, that's fucking weird.
Oh, okay. Well, then
that's
good.
Fucking
I feel validated.
Weird. Like that is the kind of shit that happens between couples.
Yeah.
Not acquaintances.
Yeah. Not some other dude after 12 hours of fucking talking about radios in a hot room. Can I have a taste of your pie? No, you cannot.
That's bizarre, man.
Fucker. Get your own.
No,
and he was like looking at me like I was a villain, like I was an evil human. Like, how dare you reject my request? Everyone always gives me a taste of their shit. And I'm like offering, like, this is not food to me. This is fuel. I am like packing in calories right now so I can wake up in a few hours and do an insane amount of exercises and then go run drills and then go fire rifles and go on marches. And like, I need this so I can exist. And you're asking to take from that? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's it's fucking weird.
I still think I make too much of it, but still.
No, I will defend you on that. That is fucking weird, and I would probably throw something at that guy.
Well, he deserved it. He was a fucker.
Like, here, you want to taste? Bah!
Taste this!
Yeah.
I can smell your pussy. You all know what that's from, right?
I do.
Please, everyone else watching understand what. That's just not what I say normally outside of text chains. Another one that I thought was really nice was Nellie's, the pistachio Paris
It was. Like, it was not quite what she was saying it was going to be.
Yeah.
But it still looked great. Yeah. It might not have been tall, but it was fucking impressive what she did.
So I know you said that it looked nice, Samaya's the Tree of Life thing, and I know Paul like basically glazed it with his ejaculate because he loved it so much. I thought it looked fucking weird and just not cool at all. Like it looked just lumpy and strange to me. I didn't really understand it. And the glass in between the swirls, I understand they're there for structural reasons and maybe just to add a little bit of a flair to a base, but it didn't really resonate with me at all artistically. I just thought like you didn't. Like, if you're going to do that, Do it for the whole length of it, not just the top curl. Like make a
Yeah.
bottom curl and have it there too. Or, if you're going to do like a stained glass sort of play or something, like just do something like that, creative. To me, it was just like she just put a bunch of lumpy, weird, like dough balls together and she's like, it's a tree.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. All right, you're yawning. We need to move on.
No,
That's my cue.
It's been a long fucking day for me.
Um,
But yeah, no, thing is, it's like I was equally impressed by Dylan's as I was hers, except Dylan's, the longer that it was there and being judged, the more impressive it was, because that shit was slipping and it was still standing. Like I just kept waiting for it to fucking fall.
His looked like Tim Burton did it.
Yeah.
It was
100%
a Tim Burton joint. And I loved it for that.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like doing its own thing. Just like, it was like Lydia made it. Lydia Dietz. 100% made that structure. And he just gets up and walks around whenever Beetlejuice comes out. Like, yeah. I liked it best for that reason, which is not the reason why it should have been liked, but it's 100% what it looked fucking like. It was 100% out of Beetlejuice, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Or one of his other bazillion claymation fucking films he makes. Yeah, ultimately, I mean, we had this weird conversation at the end where Noel is just like, well, again, it always comes down to the showstopper. And Paul is just like, yeah, maybe we should just not do the signature and technical anymore. Like, yeah, why do you? If
it's like the technical is just to give everybody a heart attack and take like 10 years off their life.
Yeah.
Especially this season, man. They're like doing some fucking bullshit. 100%. They're like seriously just trying to see if they can kill somebody. I really think that's what it is. They are slowly ramping up to attempted manslaughter.
It's just, this is how we get to Hunger Games.
Yeah.
It starts with British Baking Show and we end up with Hunger Games. That is how it works, people. You heard it here first. So the results. I was surprised, but pleasantly, by Jill getting Star Baker. I thought that was nice. I think she deserved it for this round. She did a pretty good job and everything. And her flavors always sound so goddamn good. I wish I could just get my hand in that screen and eat some of these bakes. Look so fucking good. Yeah. And I don't know if it's the gummies talking or if it's actually like the delicious looking food.
I usually start off pretty sober when I start these episodes, so I can confirm that yes, it's not the gummies. It's because the shit looks good.
Looks so goddamn good. And I know I would not be able to get up. I would not be able to stand upright if I did eat every episode's, everyone's bakes and stuff, but I would be okay with that, I think.
Yeah, it'd be worth the food coma.
Just laying there like rolling around like it was in Willy Wonka they had to like roll her out. What was her fucking Violet?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Violet, you're turning violet.
This is so stupid. Someone who wrote that was just like, this is clever.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be great. And then Andy got eliminated, and it was devastating for me.
It really was. Knew it was happening. Like, it was obvious that he was going home.
I didn't want him to go home.
I was still hoping it was going to be Ilian.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily have anything against her. I just don't particularly care for her. I like Andy far more.
Yeah, me too. And now he's gone. And we still have, like, Christiane and Samaya voices.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like, at least Andy had jokes and shit. Like,
no
one else has jokes.
They weren't good, but they were funny because of how bad they were.
Yeah. And the fact that he laughed uproariously to his own jokes, and everyone else was just like,
yeah.
Like, that was great. Or, like, he's the guy at a party who captures you in a corner and just talks your ear off, and you're just waiting for someone to tap you out so you can get the fuck out of this conversation. But from the outside in, I'm enjoying watching someone get trapped. So,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, those are great when you're watching it happen, but not when it's happening to you. Because he's not just talking to you, he is talking at you. It is a very, very passive-aggressive thing.
Oh, yeah. Chris could cosplay as Violet. Let's see this. Make it happen.
Do it. It's got to happen.
You said it. Yep. This is your problem. Prove it. All right, so Andy's gone. Jill's stepping up. She had such weird. Her vernacular that she was using was like cheapsy, cutesy, tricksy. I don't even remember what it was. It was just like this weird British sort of cutesy talk to explain how giddy she was and how uppity she was feeling. And it sounds like a racist turn, uppity. Oh, this slave's getting uppity.
Fucking uppity bitch.
It's something fucking Tarantino would write in one of his movies.
Yeah.
But like it was just weird. The way she was talking was weird, and it was like cute, and I was like, oh, this is Hobbit speak. Like this is what Tolkien missed out on. Like genuine Hobbit speak from the country.
Right. I mean, that's what he based it off of. Was her.
It's fucking Jill.
I bet she's got great pot.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Some of that long bottom leaf.
I'm actually starting The Hobbit for the first time. The novel. I'm breaking in.
I am so fucking excited for you. Oh my god.
It's me and every 8th grader.
Dude, it's
finally getting
I'm so excited. It is so much fun. It's just pure adventure and happiness.
Oh yeah. I saw the Rankin Bass cartoon. I saw the films, of course, which were a little weird. You know, the CGI at the very end was a little bit weird. But I'm okay with that because I enjoy the silliness of it. But yeah, it's overdue.
Yeah, I'd say.
Maybe by 45 years, it's overdue. Or however old I am. All right, so favorite part of this episode? What do you think?
Oh, man, Jill's tarts. Those just looked fucking... I haven't stopped thinking about them.
They were
like
beautiful.
Blueberry and pistachio go together so well to begin with.
I've never had it.
Oh,
sounds
man.
good.
Oh, yeah,
Looks
yeah, like hands down, if I could take anything that was made, it'd be those.
I would love to try those too. None of the Paris Brest really stand out. It's not a big fan of that type of treat, dessert, whatever, bake. But
yeah, it's just too much filling, not enough substance.
Yeah, I'm a big tart fan. So the pistachio and blueberry sounded dope to me. I would have loved to try Nellie's because they were so beautiful. The iceberg frangipans, the way she really like toasted that meringue looked just fucking awesome.
Yeah, I still can't get over Paul talking shit on it. It's like those are
I
like
don't get this guy.
Those were fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I thought so.
Like they were perfectly shaped. They were piped well. They were even. Like, fuck do you want? A dancing monkey? Yes. Fucking asshole.
I mean, if it's an option.
I mean, yeah. As I'm saying that,
as a side,
that should
nice.
be there.
Least favorite bake? Anything?
I mean, just the travesties that happened with the spanakopita. Like, I fucking love that shit, and just to see it just slaughtered like that, it was quite sad.
I have a problem with matcha, and I have a problem with people defending matcha. Like, my daughter loves it. I don't understand it. I don't get the texture. I don't get the flavor profile. It's just beyond me.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's tricky when it comes to matcha. It's like, like Dylan was saying, there's different grades, but it's like either it's going to taste like you're eating grass, but very expensive bougie grass, or it's going to taste like cat piss. I've never found an in between. So yeah, I'm pretty picky when it comes to matcha.
Yeah, justifiably so, because you don't want to cross over that cat piss line.
Yeah, because it's
a steep dive.
It's abrupt.
It's a swimming pool with no water you're diving into, my friend.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, fuck!
There's just a puddle of piss at the bottom that you're gonna land face first into. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had enough blackouts in my life to have done that once or twice inadvertently. But yeah, Sean's all great selling point. All right, well, that's all I got. Anything else for you?
No, man, I think we got it.
Well, thank you all. Thank you, the two of you, whom I think are both contractually obligated to appear, for tuning in. As always, like it or not, evil spelled backwards is live. So get out there, bake some crazy, delicious bakes, and be evil.
Yeah.
And get a dancing monkey.
Yes, absolutely dancing monkey.
Or at least one of those cymbal clashing robotic monkeys.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
This is terrifying.